Hey there, I just realized, oh yeah, you just hit the live button. Oops, got too much stuff on the desk here. I'm just looking and thinking about what to color. I had to finish the color along page in the Merry Christmas book, but Ivy Pearl and I we're gonna do a color, well, a buddy color, whatever that's called. A buddy color. We're gonna do one in Luna, and I gotta look up that page and mark it. This was looking at some things that I have around here, just figure out, okay, what do I want to color in? Um, I've been looking at this page a lot that I downloaded from Clara Markova's page, and I really want to color this. I already know I want like a blue green background on this with some other things. Um, but I don't know. I said like finish something. Look at the other things you got to color first, because I have lot of whips that recent whips that I also want to check in and see, like, do I feel like coloring that? And so there's also this Time Garden book by Daria Song. I know she's come out with a new book, but I probably won't be getting it. I still have two books of hers that I need to color in. I happen to get them from Ollie's, so if I get that new book, I'll probably wait till it comes to Ollie's. And the next time I go to Ollie's, which I banned myself from, I think, have I been in it at all this year? I don't think I have. After that one time I got those 8 books, yeah, I haven't been back. I guess I got a lot of restraint. I'm trying to get a good picture of this. I want to get my other webcam hooked up to this computer again, because I like having the option of having the overhead. Um, but so I'm just gonna look and see what I have in here. Okay, so I gotta finish this. This is a 2-pager, and like it seems to be a thing for me. I don't like coloring 2-pagers the same way, the same colors. So, oh my gosh, all of this. I think I did this with a marker. Must be. That's a lot of work. Um, I like how I did the tree though, which, ask me how I did it. I'm not sure I can tell you. Um, so I finished that one. This one that I did with the pan pastels when I was struggling with it. And Dee Dee Willingham kept saying, "Get the tools, get the tools." I did get the tools. I still gotta use them, but I do have the tools now. So did this? I think I sprayed this with Spectrafix, so it's not. I don't think it's coming up on my hands. I gotta figure out what to do with that. Then this one I did in pencil, and I think I was pretty sure I was using ChromaFlows. So, because I was like, oh, I can't do another page of pan pastels because I'm already ready to throw them through the window. Um, let's see. Yeah, so it's as far. So I got those pages to do in here. I don't know how close we are to returning to it. We might be, but I'll pick this one last, 'cause I did some work in here today. Not a lot, but I just decided to do a background on this. I wanted it to be red, and I've had some things happen to me in Hannah Carlson books that made me unhappy, like some kind of bleed through things, and it's because me. I don't really know how to deal with a lot of things. Hey, Lori. Oh, I guess I got my camera too far. Like, you can see my pants. I got on pants, y'all. No party on the bottom around here. Anyway, so let's look at this way. I really want to get that overhead thing back. My other Why is it, why can't I get it straight? It's weird. Ugh. Will that work? Maybe that'll work. Yeah, this is the same book that this is in, where I gotta do finishing touches on this page, and then this one, I got a whole lot more to do. Been thinking about how I want to do the clouds and other things, and nothing's clicking for me yet. So, technically, I have until the end of this month, so I got time. But, yeah, so I'm kind of letting it percolate a little bit in my head. But I used, for the background, I used one of the super crayons, US Art super crayons, and I like that this color is a deeper red, but I have problems like blending, and I have problems blending crayons. Anyway, I just do. Um, and so I got the King Art gel stick out. I got one of those out in red, and together I like how they work together to kind of make a deeper red. So kind of thinking I want to use the washi tape on this. That's one reason I didn't go all the way over to the like into the seam, because I didn't want it to bleed over into the other page, because I've had bleeding problems on Hannah Carlson pages before, and like I said, it's probably my skill level that I don't know what to do or how to do it right. But I'm trying to be more thoughtful about it to see if I can not have that problem anymore. So I think I'm going to use washi tape around the edges of this. And yeah, so I started off doing this, and I wanted to make sure I filled in every spot. And so we'll see how I manage going over these things. I don't know what I'm going to use going forward. If I'm going to use, move a mouse or something. I don't know if I'm going to use pencil or marker or what. I have no idea. Or even paint of some kind. I don't know. The other side is the intro page. So I suppose if I mess that up, it won't be too bad. But I'm going to try not to have anything bleed through to this side. So it's probably a good page for me to test my skills for preventing that from happening. Yeah, so that's that. And so I sprayed it with the Spectrafix, this stuff, to hopefully prevent that from happening. I think I tried it once before on a Hannah Carlson page, and I don't know if it worked or not, but again, it might have been user error. I definitely can leave room for that, because like I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. So I just have been letting it dried really quickly. Actually, I'd had this page in between there, and I had it open actually, and then when I checked it, not that long after, and it was dry. I was like, oh my gosh! So then I put this in there, and then just closed the book. So that's that. I think after I finish that, the page with the house, I'm going to pack this book away with all my Christmas coloring books. Now that I have a whole stash of them, I'm going to put them all away in one particular spot, so I'll have them for next year. And I'm also probably going to put my PDFs that I didn't finish, Christmas coloring PDFs, I'm going to put them in there as well. So they'll all be together, and I'll just pick up where I left off. So I didn't finish the musical Santa. I didn't finish him because like I really have to sit and think about things. It's hard for me to color beginning to end unless I don't know. I just don't color that way. It's got to be with me for me to I got to feel connected to it. It's got to be readily in my mind what I want to do with it for me to keep going, and things don't really always come to me that way. So, and this threw me off using that one marker. It's like, wait a minute. Now, where is that taking me? Because I didn't expect the color to go down like that. And I can cover that with gold marker, or put some kind of gold marker accent in there so that it kind of maybe does something else with this color. I don't know. But I didn't have the presence of mind to think about it that hard, because once I do that, then there's a whole lot of other things in here that I might have to change. And I didn't really want to change this, but it's a process. So I'm putting this away till next year. And this one, though, I need to spray this. I actually want to use some of those, what do you call them? Little ditties. I got them here. Oh, you're going to come out without anything crashing? Nope. But it's in a container, so it's safe. Why did that not come out smoothly? Anyway. Excuse me. Everything falling everywhere. Okay. These glitter thingies. This stuff. The stickles. I want to use some stickles on this page. And I figure this is a wintry kind of page too, but this one I want to finish. I don't want to put this away and wait till next year, because it is pretty much finished in a lot of ways. Although when I look at things again, like I sometimes there's things I'll tweak or whatever, but I can pretty much call this page finished. But I just want to add some flair to it or something. And I also think I want to spray this with use a glaze on it or something. And I do have these guys, which I haven't used yet. I bought them when I saw TaylorMade using them. And so I bought one satin varnish and one gloss varnish to see how they work and see how I like them. So I might use these, or I might just spray it with the that fixative stuff. So it's supposed to go up to like 40 degrees or something like that in a couple days, which is like ridiculous, because it was 16 degrees the other day. Now it's going to go up to 40. I don't know what's going on, but that would be a good day probably for me to spray this, if I do spray. Hey, foot soldier. It was nice and quiet, just like I like it. I didn't do anything special, just how I like it. I just wanted solitude, and that's what I got. So, yes, I do want to finish this one, and this one I'm waiting till next year, Lord willing. If I'm around, this one I'm gonna finish it next year. Because again, I want to think about what I add to it, and how I don't want to just rush just to try and finish it. So, yeah. So this is gonna go in. This one I'm gonna finish next year. And I kind of just had gotten started on it, and I like where it was going. So, but I wanted to do the buddy color things first rather than finish that. This one next year. I'm gonna get it upside down. And all of these are blank ones. So I'm gonna put them in a folder, put them in with the Christmas books, and they'll be for next year. This one is not Christmas. This one isn't either. So that's that. We're going to have a separate place. And I'll put them with here right now. me get a folder from downstairs. If you had a good holiday too, foot soldier, that it was whatever you wanted it to be. I don't know. I'm just really like I like solitude. I like solitude a lot. So, and because I have to be around people so much for work, when it gets to like when I'm at home, it's like I don't want no noise, I don't want no nothing. I just want solitude. So of course I got my Advent book, which I'm gonna keep with this. I did finish the last page. Pretty much I didn't do the stars, but and I have pages in here to color for next year, so um I liked this book. It was a good experience coloring in it. Even though sometimes I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. It was good, just like some of the coloring challenges, like that M Beans will have, how they push you. Um, it was good for that. So I'm glad I did it. Let's see. So I now have a Christmas book stash, a holiday book stash, and I'll be ready for next year. And oh, can I get my stickles put away? Why aren't they sitting there? What do I have in here that it's not sitting like it used to? Oh, I see. Okay. Kind of feeling like I want to start coloring with different with other pencils that I haven't been using for a while. It's like when I use one for a long time, then I kind of want to change up and use something else. And I'm feeling that lately. I want to try to. Oh, I opened my Instagram so I could look and see. Oops. Da-da-da-da-da. I wonder. Whew, my husband's still coughing. They gave him meds for it. They said he has rhinovirus because he's been coughing a lot. It's like he's over the initial stuff, but he's coughing a lot. And the funny thing is, I had the same thing in October. I didn't bother to go to the doctor. I just did my whole, my usual. Made soup, started eating lots of things with turmeric in it, and it went away. I don't know what they gave him, what kind of meds they gave him. They gave him something. But I really like these markers. I like the size of these alcohol markers a lot. I like them much better than the big clunky things like this. Yeah, I don't know. That's something I found out. But I'm using all my markers up before I buy any more. At least that's what I'm saying right now. And I'm hoping I stick to it. Hoping that I stick to it. I'd like to do more coloring challenges this year. I didn't do that many, especially the last half of this year. I think it just got too crazy. But I'd like to do more of those. I haven't been able to pay attention to them, like the like Ivy Pearls with using 5 things and whatever. I'd like to do more of those because I like how they stretch my um, they stretch me. So like I get out of the familiarity box and start doing different things. I think that's I don't know. It always helps me grow. That's like suddenly I don't have the aversion I have to tiny coloring. It's like it's kind of going away a little bit because like I'm looking at this page and I'm not like going ugh at it. I'm thinking about ways to color the page. That that's different for me. Okay, so let me find the page. Okay, and I have some pages in here that I have colored. Um, Taylor Made blessed me with this book. Thank you again, Taylor. And I'm looking at this, and it's like there's some things I may do that tonight. Actually, some things I want to do in here that I was feeling as I saw this page. I could put stickles on this page too. That would be nice because of the moonlight. I really love this page. I have to finish it, obviously. I started doing some things with the wings, like to make um, the green show through a little bit through the wings. You can see where I did that, which is pretty cool. Something I learned this year. This page looks like it could use a little bit more. It went through some things down here at the bottom. I've got acrylic marker is what I ended up using on here over whatever else I had. But I feel like I can do more with this page too. Um, so that's it. Yeah, it takes me a long time to finish a page because I really don't just, I don't know. I keep looking at it thinking, well, what does it need? What does it need? What does it want? Oh, oh, it's so funny. It's like, no. Yeah, so finding a way to approach those pages, it can be hard. But I always learn something from them. And it's like, sometimes too, you can go back to those pages and do things with them that, like, I'll go back and say, let me do some things with it to where, like, I kind of like the page at least a little better than I did before. Hey, kitty cat. Trying to find the page that maybe Pearl wants to color. Yeah, and you know, my thing with gel pens, I wonder about, like, you know, they're not really, like, archival or anything. Like, they can rub off and things like that, I think. And I think that's one reason why I don't really like gel pens. It's like if I'm going through all that trouble putting this color down on here, I want it to stay. I don't want it to go away. And I don't want to color with anything that's going to go away like that. I mean, like, I'm not expecting it to last 50 years, but goodness, at least last like 3 to 5. Yeah, that's all I'm asking. Okay, this is a good page to use some of those glowy things that I have. That's something I don't know. I don't know how to use my Jelly Roll pens at all. Not at all. That might be something for me to aim for. Oh, I love this page. Silver hair. Oh, that's cute. Um, where's that page? It's way back. There's a lot of pages in this book. Paper's nice. Okay, we're gonna start flipping now because I feel like I'm in a totally different book. Okay? Here it is. Here's the page. Nope, hitting the knob on the other. Um, on the other. What do you call it? Other webcam. Okay, where's my little sticky things? Probably could use a smaller one, but this one's right in front of me, so this is what I'm going to use. Actually, I could write on here what I used, too. Let's put it where? Put it on the other page. The opposite page. So what do I want to do this with? Could do the outside too. Just something. Yeah, I still got a lot of pencils on the side of my desk. Go figure. Will they ever go away? I don't know. Let's see. Let me move these. See, I love what the alcohol marker did when I was coloring in the Advent book. I love what that did, like how it left that traces. So I'm trying to leave these pages just like this to do something with them eventually, because I like that. Okay. And I also like these Clara Markova pages too. I keep looking at them. I was like, oh, I want to color. Oh, I want to color. It's like, you got time. You got time. You got time. Okay, so these are all my regular colored pages. Sketch. These somehow got out of my sketchbook. Okay. Green folder. In you go. Ouch. Ooh, did I just give myself a paper cut? A paper cut with cardstock? Ooh. I kind of almost did that. I caught it just in time before it went all the way. Okay. Let's try to get a little bit of order here. Just need to go on the regular PDFs. Yes, I do kind of want to do a cleanup of, coloring. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff. I think that wasn't for here. I did the Thanksgiving one. This mandala. I did a whole bunch for Thanksgiving. This one, which I really like, because it turned out a lot better than the one I did of this last year. I like this one a lot better. So these are completed that I gotta put away. And where was I trying to go? Oh, and I still have this one that I need to finish. It's all these little things in there. I don't feel like doing it right now. So, whip. Fried tomatoes? You mean fried green tomatoes or just fried tomatoes? I haven't had either, though. Well, fried tomatoes, you mean like battered and fried, or just before you came out, I was looking at Claire's Etsy store. Yeah, see, I looked at the same thing and I was like, It's like I can't do that. Although, like, I went to her website and it was really interesting to see, like, she has pictures of like how she works, where she works, and sending the books out and things like that, which was really nice to see. And I thought, oh, that's really nice, but I cannot bring myself to pay that much for a book. So I don't know. I can't do it. And I did I don't remember how much I paid for the what's her name? Agusa, her book, the Leon book, but I don't think it was that much. And that was kind of like my limit. It's like, okay, like, yeah. And like, I don't think I could buy a book that costs that much. Yeah, $60. Yeah, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Not for no. Mm-mm. That's why when I went to her website and I saw that she had PDFs, I was like, oh, good, that were for free. Um, Free to download. It says, okay, this is how I'm going to get my fill of coloring with her. Is this because I can't pay that much money for a book unless I can find a cheaper way to get a hold of one or something that is legitimate and isn't taking away from her. Yeah, I can't get one. I figure out what I want to do with this. Again, I feel led to do like because this is so. I don't feel brave enough to do the erasing away of a King Art gel stick. So I feel tempted like to just really do all pencil, but that seems kind of boring. I could do water-based marker and then do pencil over it, but then that's like doing things twice. Like, and I don't like doing things twice. You hear that in my voice? I ain't about that life. But I don't know. I could be persuaded. I could be persuaded. Uh, yeah. So what is that? Notifications. I don't know what that is. Where am I? Oh, that's weird. Mm, okay. Yeah, I kind of want to be choosy, and I look at like all the coloring books that I have that I really need to color in the ones that I have. Um, I don't know what would propel me to get another one. A new Kirby with a significantly different um, illustrations in it. A Jasmine Beckett Griffith book that's new. Um, but I have enough Hannah books now that I need to color in that like I could very well just not bother with you know another one because I got a lot of them already. So I wonder why that shows up for me. That's so weird. Okay, anyway. Um, but really, like I have enough to color in, and I think it's more of me using my um imagination for how to color in certain pages and just going there. Because every page is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn something about coloring and how you color, and how to use tools that you haven't used before. And that's what I want. I want to go into that realm, thinking that way. So now, let's see. Napkin color. I want to juice up this page because it's talking to me. And I don't know if these are the pencils I should be using. I don't know. They're the ones that are out. And I do have different colors in them than I do in other things, which might be kind of interesting. My budget pencils that I have. Now, the only thing with them is they're not as waxy and blendable as, you know, the more expensive pencils, but so I don't know if they're going to give me what I want or not, but we'll see. Cerulean? Oh, I like it so far though. Just kind of want to add some depth to things somehow. I was cleaning a lot today. Oh, well, basically a project. I thought I was going to be working on my books today, and that this little thing was just going to be like, yeah, one and done. Don't just, it turned out to be bigger than I thought. Cleaning these shelves in the living room, cleaning the blinds, wooden blinds, which went into cleaning the shelves next to the blinds that all have pictures on them, which led to cleaning the pictures that were on the shelves. Just like it turned into like a whole thing. And even like something you normally should do in the summertime, but taking out the screens out of the storm windows, washing those, and I gotta put them back in tomorrow, or have my husband put them back in tomorrow. Because at first I wanted to take them out because I was like, if I'm going to clean this, I want to be thorough. I just want to clean everything, and I want to come back and say, oh, well, I only did this part back in December, so now I got to go. No, it's like, no, I want to do it all. So he took them out, and I washed them down, had them drying all day, cleaned the windows, and oh yeah, that turned into a lot. But it's good though, satisfying work. So yeah, I definitely wanted to just make myself sit down and do something relaxing. I don't know if I really wanted it that time behind her. So in 1 week, it's going to be 20. Well, 1 week. How many days? 27. And I don't know. This is too much like work. I don't know. In a week, it's going to be 2026. 2026. I will only be 4 years away from a new decade. I'm thinking like I'm ready because I think this decade pretty much was trash. Not personally, but publicly in the US, yeah. This decade was trash. May it be better. Hopefully, we're on the upswing. That this is the worst it's going to get. And we go up from here. Because, child, this is just way too much. Unless I'm actually learning French for a reason I don't know yet, then I'm not going to be living here anymore. I'm going to move up to Quebec. Ooh, child, talk about cold. I'd rather not. I would rather not. Mm-mm. I don't care if they have bagels that rival New York City bagels. It's too cold. Too cold. Too cold for me. So what's that doing for me? Let's see. I like that. Let's sit back from it and see. My eyes are kind of fuzzy from all that dusting and stuff I was doing today. Did play my piano for a little bit. It took a long time for me to get there today, though, because I was doing all that other stuff. Yeah, they cleaned our air purifier. I have a few of them in the house, but I cleaned the one downstairs. Oh my gosh, just everything that was like dusty I was working with today. But the good part is that it's pretty much almost entirely done. I just have to clean a bunch of other pictures, which I can do while watching a movie or something, which I may do tomorrow. Might watch some more Black Mirror tomorrow or watch a movie. And my crochet hooks that I ordered, they actually came today, um, or something. They might have come yesterday. My husband found them like about like an hour ago. He was shoveling the porch off, and they were underneath the snow. So I don't know if I don't know when they delivered it. I didn't think they were delivered yesterday. I guess I could look at Amazon, but to see, I'll probably do that after. But yeah, he said there weren't even any footprints to the package. So he goes, I don't know. And the thing is, it didn't. When I looked at it yesterday, and even this morning, it said it's coming tomorrow. So I don't know. Maybe they got drones dropping packages now or something. I don't. Could be. I don't know. Maybe they said no. We're not going there. That's snow's falling like 3 inches an hour. I don't think so. And they said let's just drop the package from the sky. It's not fragile. It'll keep. I don't know. I know, right? It very well could. Not that far. We're neither of us were not that far. I said, I look and see what you're getting, and it's like, okay. I've always done this. I look to see what they're getting, like west of us, because I know, okay, it's coming. It could go over. It could go a little bit under, or it could go right at us. But like, odds are good that we're gonna get that. So yeah, this weather is something else. I don't understand it. I don't know how farmers deal with it. Goodness, when it changes like this. Her dress needs some definition. Her whole little. I don't know if I could use markers or my fine liners. I don't know if they'll go over that or what. I have to think about what color. But I think I also kind of wanted her to glow like the moon. So I don't know. It's funny. I had a colleague who she moved. Was it in 2021? Um, she moved back to Canada and she got a position up there, really good. And but I was really sad because she was one of my favorite people. I always wanted to bump into her because we always would have good talks and things like that. And but she wanted to be closer to her parents, and like with the pandemic thing and all that stuff, it was just like, and man, I'm thinking, boy, I'm thinking how things have developed since then. It's a good thing he went back home because it's a hot mess here right now. I'm glad she went back home. About ready to ask her, you got a job up there for me? I'm ready to move. She really was one of my favorite people. I miss her. Although I just thought about it, she is probably one of those people who appreciates card writing and things like that. I really should send her something like that because she really does seem to be the type. She's the type of type. Although she's like younger than me, like I don't know. Well, I want to kind of say way younger than me, but um, she's the type of person I think who would appreciate that handwritten things. And she's just one of those people, those people you meet that you never want to lose contact with them because they're just so special. And you don't know exactly why, but they're just like, you click yeah, she's one of those. So maybe I need to think about that and do something about that. Why is he still coughing? I wonder if he took his meds like he was supposed to. You know how men can be sometimes. He was good about, well, he went to the doctor because his daughter told him to go, which, like, if that's what it took, that's good. I thought he was going to do it anyway if he kept coughing like that. It's like, well, obviously something's going on. You feel uncomfortable with it. You go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Rhinovirus. I'm like, okay. I asked him, I says, do you feel like you're starting to form tusks? Because he's always giving me corny jokes like that. So I gave him one back. You 2 foot soldier, thank you for stopping by. Have a good night. I feel like I want this to be darker somehow, and it's not getting dark enough for me. I want to bring you another pencil, different color. I need to press harder. So I'm pressing harder. tell you one thing, I wouldn't mind living near Tim Hortons. Although I've heard things about, I don't know, I saw this one thing that said the chain kind of went downhill or whatever, but we briefly had one here and I was so excited. And their food was so good. And it didn't taste like it was fast food, you know? And their coffee was really good. And then all of a sudden, they closed. I think the only ones that, closest one to me is in Buffalo, which is not close to me. Closer than New York City, but it's not close. Actually, it'd be closer for me. It might be closer for me to go to Canada to go to Tim Hortons than to go to Buffalo. I don't know. Or maybe just an hour difference. Anyway, I'm not going to travel that far for Tim Hortons. I kind of like that being that blue. I know. Oh my gosh. I love Tim Hortons. I miss them so much. We were blessed for a brief time. For a very brief time. To say it's good that they were here because I'm like we're practically Canadian anyway by proximity and for love of hockey around here. We're practically Canadian. Where is my? I thought I saw it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we need to get the pencils put away. That's a standard. It's a standard. Do I really want to do that right now? Maybe not. But I want it close to me. I feel like I need my Posca marker somewhere soon. Do I want to tweak this color? I think I do. Ooh, that was quick. I've been really feeling insane a lot lately. I want an analog life. I am getting so sick of commercials everywhere. Um, Talk about AI everywhere. I'm just getting really sick of it. I'm getting really sick of it. I love technology, but I'm getting tired of us as humans or some part of our society that's got to like everything's got to be like some marketing thing. Everything's it's like shut up. This is what this is what I want to tell them. Just shut up. Something that is good, I mean, you don't have to sell it that hard. When somebody works it hard to promote and sell something, then I wonder, okay, what's the catch? What's the part you're not looking at because you are just too excited about this thing? How much money do you plan to make from this? And at whose expense? I don't trust nobody. I'm like, what are you up to? And I'm hoping people will stop getting caught up in the hype and really pay attention so that this becomes useful to us, to all of humanity, and we make it something that's useful that way and not just the latest fad, or I don't know. It may be too late for it to be that, because all these people investing all this money into it and everything, and at the same time people are talking about they're expecting the whole tech bubble to burst. It just makes me think, do we ever learn? Do we ever learn? And I'm still like taken for a loop with the whole thing with recycling, that it's like there's things now that's like, I don't know who my husband found this out from. He's like, yeah, you can't really recycle that, and you can't really recycle this. And I'm like, what are we doing this for then? Like, if they're not really putting it somewhere where it's supposed to be, where it's going to be made into something else, it makes me not want to buy things anymore, because if they're not dealing with the waste of it responsibly, then I want to reduce my waste, which means I think I want to buy less, because I don't want to contribute to something piling up somewhere, being on a barge in the middle of the ocean, and then they have a whole accident and stuff is all over in the ocean. I mean, we don't think. As smart as we are, we just don't think things through, and it drives me nuts. Oh, we said AI images of people in that game on Facebook. Oh, yeah, yeah. It's annoying. And the thing is, it's the cost of. We don't think of the human or environmental cost of being able to use AI, of using AI. And that's not talked about a lot. And when you balance out, okay, like it's easy for us to use it and whatever, but what is happening on the other end? There's people that live that where they're building these data mining places, that the noise is so horrible that people want to move now. They don't want to live there, or they're trying to get that place out of there. They're trying to get some big wall built or something that will block out the sound. And how much energy those places use. And if you think of it, okay, you're using all that extra energy, and for what? For me to make a little AI song that makes a few people laugh? I don't know. It's just like, it's all screwed up. It's ridiculous. It's like this thing my mother always used to say: just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I feel like that's what we don't, as humans in general, we just don't pay attention. Just because we can, it doesn't mean we should. I just get really annoyed that, like, and it took a while for me to realize. I mean, it's like the past few years. It's like this shift in my brain where I started realizing, oh, all this time I was thinking doctors always knew this, that, and this. And when I go to the doctor, it's like, I actually know more than she does about this. Maybe in part because it's my body and it's the things I have to investigate. And so it's not a general thing for me, it's a specific thing for me. But all these things clicking, it's like, oh, all these people who I thought were experts and things like that, they really don't know as much as I thought they did. You gotta keep a good eye on them and realize that, yeah, they're human, and there's a certain amount of scholarship and whatever that goes into them gaining the position they have. But that doesn't mean they know everything. And the demands of their job also, it's like, doesn't mean they're always 100% when they're dealing with you. So I think like this year, this was a few of the things, three things that impacted this year, 2025 for me, going into 25 that the Lord told was talking to me. First was about the landscape was changing, which kind of started a little bit even before 2025 started. But the other two were the scripture, the just shall live by faith, which is in Habakkuk, and then it's also quoted a few other times, like in the New Testament. The just shall live by faith. That was the one thing he said to me. Um, and then the other thing that, well, that was, I say said to me, it's like not the audible voice, Linda. Not like that. Okay. But, and the other thing was grace, which comes from this scripture, Zephaniah, and I can't remember the actual, why is he coughing like that? I already told him my husband needs to take some of that turmeric stuff that I make. I may force him to take it in a minute because I know it's going to help. Because I don't know what meds they gave him, but like it's like you do that much coughing, it irritates what do you call them? The membranes or whatever it is in your lungs, and they just get irritated, and they need to be calmed down. And the turmeric helps them calm down because it's good for any kind of inflammation. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so the other thing was, okay, first the landscape is changing in regards to like good and bad things. Then the just shall live by faith. Basically, don't be afraid of all the things changing in the landscape because I got you. Um, and then the other thing was grace, and I can't remember the scripture. I want to say 1:6, Zephaniah 1:6, but I don't think that's what it is. Um, but um, grace is kind of symbolized by the number 5. And all year, and this is going to sound kind of weird and whatever, so, you know, chew the meat, spit out the bones, spit out the whole thing if you want to, because this is just kind of a personal thing. But the number 5 is supposed to symbolize grace. And so somebody had said that I was listening to was talking about in about the number 555 in this particular scripture. Grace, grace, grace. And I really need to find that and like share it with you specifically more intelligibly than I am right now. Anyway, um and all year, well, initially, even the first time that I heard that, I kept seeing 4 5s instead of 3, which was like I needed extra grace, which I really did this year. I needed extra grace. And I kept getting that as a reminder, like all year, through things I was going through and whatever, and having to encounter. And I gotta say, I received that grace. This was a hard year. It really was a hard, hard year. And I would have said I would have cracked before the end of this year. The Lord made sure that didn't happen. The just shall live by faith. Didn't look like anything I would be able to get through. But faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And yeah, the way things I'm just kind of amazed. Just like the thing that happened with my teeth, almost 3 years ago, if not 3 years ago, how that came together, the whole thing. It's like, yeah, okay, so dentist dropped the ball, but I got you. And the way I got set up by having an endodontist, somebody who I was sent to have a root canal, and how gracious he was, and doing all the things that he did that actually identified the real problem and didn't charge me anything. That just like all the succession of things with that. It's like God's been showing me, like, even when other people don't have your back. I have your back. You don't have to worry about it. So, and it's been like a whole year of lessons like that, which is the just shall live by faith. It's like, no, you can't see how it's going to happen. That's okay. It's okay. And yeah, you don't even know what's going to happen, the ways I'm going to bless you. But that's okay. Just know I'm going to bless you. And that whole thing with the piano came about, which I was not expecting. And I have been in love with the piano since I was 4 years old. And the fact that it's so funny. And I was thinking about, this is not funny. It's actually like, if you ask for a fish, will he give you a stone? Um, I was willing, like, to get a used piano that looked any kind of way as long as it was structurally sound. Um, but I said, if I could have the piano I really wanted, it would be a black lacquer full size upright piano, and it would have to be one of the brands that are known for being good brands, Yamaha, Yangchang, or whatever is going to be good in this temperature or this climate. And that's exactly what the Lord gave me. Even though I even went out looking for something other than that, I wound up with the thing that I had asked for and wanted, that was my ideal. I was not expecting that. And I was willing to settle for much less. But God said no. I still don't know what He wants me to do with it. I'm still asking. And I'm still just playing it. Study to show yourself approved. So that's what I'm doing. But that happened to me the first time I got when I got my first electric guitar and amp. That was something that happened too. It's like, I'm like, why am I getting an electric guitar and amp? I don't even play guitar that well. Why am I getting an electric guitar and an amplifier? That's like, that means I'm going to do something. It's like, I ain't doing nothing but going to work and coming home and whatever. And I wound up being in a band like a year to year and a half later, after not having been in a band for many years. Well, it felt like many years. I don't think it was really that many now that I look back, but it feels like a long time when you're young. And wound up being, I think, the best musical endeavor I've been involved in up to that point. Basically, even up to this point, because I haven't done anything since. Significant. Nothing significant. So it's like, when God says it's time, it's time. This is like the birth of Christ, although, like, I got issues with, the whole date thing and the whatever. He never said to celebrate the day that he was born. He said celebrate, you know, my death and resurrection. But I'm not going to go there right now, even though I just did a little bit. But when it was time for him to come to this earth, he did. When it was time for him to be here, he was. He came here. There's a moment. There's a moment when it's just time. So, and again, that's why the just shall live by faith. You live by faith, you'll be where you need to be in the time you need to be there. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let him hold it. Take his burden and let him take yours. Because not only does he gives it to you, he gives you what you need with bonuses. The change in your heart as a result of faith, the growth in your relationship with the Lord because you trusted him and waited. I can't even explain like how that feels. It's like, I don't know, the most pleasant sense of satisfaction that I've ever felt. When you know I waited for you and you did what was needed and more. And I can feel the change in my heart by letting you do it your way. There's just something really amazing about that. It feels really amazing. The just shall live by faith. Did we get the effect we wanted? I am. I always say functionally illiterate or functionally literate. both both at the same time or something. Because I could read treble clef because I played flute. I was classically trained in flute, like back to like high school, junior high, and then after I graduated from high school, I took lessons too. But then I could not read bass clef, and I was able to play piano, but I was limited. I could play for certain things and I could play certain things, but I couldn't read music. I couldn't read music written for piano and play that. Um and so that's why like that door opened for me like I don't even know how many years ago now. I don't know exactly. It was mid 2000s somewhere though I think. Where I wound up in an adult piano class and that's where I learned how to read bass clef. Um and started playing, you know, and reading. So I'm still like I'm at intermediate level right now for that. Um and I think I'm firmly in intermediate level right now. I'm not at intermediate almost advanced. Not no, I'm not there yet. I need to get more fluent and more at ease to just sight read anything and be able to play it. When I can do that, then I'll say, okay, then I'm ready to go to um, like the upper level of intermediate piano. So, but I can write a song on piano. So, like, it's kind of like the standards for um, doing like, any kind of popular music or whatever is different than classical music. So, um, and I can play things and not be able to say what that would look like in notation at all. I don't know, just play it. I don't know because I've played by ear most of my life whenever I had access to a piano. So, But most of the time, what I would do was like I would write whatever it was. I would write it, just the basics on guitar or on piano, and then I'd give it to the people that were playing keyboards or guitar and say, okay, like like add your stuff to it. But this is what I hear. This is the basic of it. This is what I hear with it, and like play that. So I don't know what you call that, but that's it's kind of like when I worked with what I had, basically. I worked with what I had. Um, yeah, I can't even read tabs. I can't read tablature either. Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that because the woman, and like I swear her ears must be ringing a lot because of me lately. But Trudy Davidoff, the woman that started the promoting um what's called winter sewing or winter sewn. She owns wintersewn.org. Um, her, what did she say? I think her uncle or somebody in her family actually wrote the tablature for that went with music books that went with Fender guitars. Yeah, which I thought was really cool because like you know I have a Fender Telecaster, so that really impressed me. I don't know, but I can't read tablature. Yeah, I can't. Um, I can't even read chords on the string. I mean, like if I study it, I will know because I know what each string is supposed to be, and then I can count. Like, okay, A, B, C. Okay, yeah, but it's like, yeah, it's like kindergarten level. I can read chords though. Um, So like I mean it's just like if you say play this chord, then I can do that. Oh, and play that chord. I can do that. You know. Um but I can't read. Yeah, the I can't read the stuff. So it's say I'm functionally illiterate or functionally literate or somewhere in between or combination of both depending on what it is or all over the place. Okay, I like this added blue. I think I do. I think I do. I want to add stickles to this page. I really do. So I kind of was looking at my piano books today, saying, "Okay, where are we supposed to go next? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to start studying anything different now, or what?" And I have a book that of left hand exercises, and so I started working in those today because they're relatively simple, but it's hand memory, so um, it's easy enough yet different enough and a fundamental skill that I need to have that I think it's good. It feels like it's good to do that now, in addition to doing the the intermediate Bach pieces. Um, so one is more the left hand exercises thing is kind of more on the popular music kind of side, and then the Bach pieces, of course, are on the classical music side. Um, but both will help me with my left hand, and while the Bach also helps me with the having both hands move independently. So Yeah, acrylic markers, they're, yeah, like everything, learning curve. And it seems like the type of acrylic marker matters too. Some of them really gush out a lot of, a lot out of the pen all at once, which is like, ah. But I notice sometimes if I use a paper to like kind of do the to do the first mark um of the, I did that on something here, didn't I? I think I did. Like I did that on here. Like I have some dots. This one I didn't use all of it, but like I would kind of blot it on another piece, and then I could actually dip into my blot and use that ink to color. So that's what I do with the ones that let out a lot of juice at once. Hey, sure. Hope you're having a good day. The other thing, um I really went looking for oil based acrylic markers. I tend to like those more because they're not matte, but it's been really hard for me to find an oil based acrylic marker that matches the first ones that I got that I really love. And the ones that I really love, like they've been unavailable, like on Amazon it keeps saying currently unavailable. um but I think you probably see that on here. Where's that page? Although this page is probably not a good example of them, but um see, the oil based ones leave you with, it has like a sheen to it that I really like. Um, and the ones that I have also have a fine tip, so you can control the color better. But and it doesn't feel chalky. It doesn't have that chalky finish that most acrylic markers have. Um, but then I also like the other acrylic markers as well, but they all seem to be a little bit different. Which is, I went crazy buying acrylic markers, and I discovered they're all kind of a little bit different. Um, excuse me. So, and it's a learning curve. It definitely is. It definitely is. I could probably show some of my, because I think it's in the flower mandala book that I was trying to practice using acrylic markers, and I recovered some crazy looking pages, but it still was. Do I have it out here? Yep, I do. But it wound up as like, well, I didn't expect it to look like this, but this is what it's going to look like now. This one. Ooh, child. This was scary. I wound up having to do things to cover up um, how the acrylic marker had gone down. It was really funny. And I did these with the oil-based acrylic markers. So I think I didn't have the other ones at the time. To get and I think there's pencil in here too that I used to cover it up. Sharpie makes an oil-based one. Interesting. I was really disappointed with the Sharpie fine liners. I was thinking I was going to get this great coverage from them. Not at all. Oh my gosh, they were awful. Not They weren't good for that. Yeah, I had to. I wish I had a picture of the original page because I don't know how close this looks to it. I was doing a whole lot to try and recover it from like what it was looking like. I did a lot. Like I don't even know how I did that. I don't know what I did that with. I was just like coloring. It's like, oh my gosh, this is like We got to get out of this. This is like awful. This is crazy. How can we change it? And I wound up outlining the butterflies with acrylic marker too. And yeah, it did. Because something that I did, and it was like, oh my gosh, that's awful. So this is like cover that up. But so thank you. Yeah, now looking at it, I can't even remember all the things that messed up with it, and I can appreciate it now. But initially, I was just like, oh my god, what a disaster. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a book I was trying to use acrylic markers to. I love this page, but it's gonna take a lot to finish that. Um, I think this is my favorite one in here. I don't think there's any more. This is alcohol markers. I think. I thought it was. Well, let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's alcohol marker in here. There must be some water-based markers because I would expect it to show through more. Unless I had a page under here. I don't know. I thought I did more, but I guess it was just that one. Oh, I got one in here. This one I always think of Disney coloring with Jamie. He likes this one. I have to finish this. I was trying to use alcohol markers, and I didn't know how to prevent the streak. Child, I don't know how I even finished this one. That makes me tired just looking at it. I love it, but it's like, oh my gosh, how did I do that? Oh my god, that's a lot. Um, there's one in here that's really ugly. Okay, this is one that I'm trying to do with acrylic markers, the matte ones, and yeah, it's I don't know. I think I'm using the what are they called? Which ones are those called? Gravy, the gravy acrylic markers. So yeah, obviously I got to finish that. I should probably put that on my whip list. This one I love, but it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm ever going to finish it. There's a lot going on in here. And this is all pencil. Mm-mm. This is ugly. But I'm going to finish it. But it's ugly. I just started trying to use different colors, and like something else happened, I think, too. But I don't know. Sometimes what you think is ugly, once you get all the colors filled in, it winds up being pretty. But yeah, that looked ugly. But and then I tried to bring in purple. I don't know if I should do that. I don't think I should do that. It's got enough going on already. Putting the glitter in, I think, was a good idea. But yeah, that's just weird. It's like I don't know. What am I doing? And again, there's a tiny coloring in here, which like definitely at that time I was just like, oh, not about that life. Oh, but I was fighting through it. So I guess maybe I need to get back to Mandala Mondays and start doing some of those. But I like this book. This is cute. I like that it has so many different kinds of mandalas in it. And it's got a lot of pages too. I think this was one of those books I got when I got those 8 books from Ollie's. This was one of those. Okay, back to this. I like the blue trim around these. I like what that did. It makes it feel more, I don't know, something. Yeah, I love blue and brown together, especially like turquoise or like a mid blue with brown or like a brown sienna. Oh, it's like one of my favorite color combinations. Excuse me. I don't know if you heard that yawn. I don't think I'm tired, but then I don't even know what time it is. Look, I just been gabbing and coloring. Gabbing and coloring. As I've been going through my books, I noticed I actually have some books on some art books on one that says watercolor and oil painting and brilliant light or something like that. It talks about how to deal with, how do you show reflected light and certain types of light when you're painting with watercolor or oil. That I don't know, maybe I'll do a flip through of that book on a live or something. I have another book, Drawing Children, or is it Drawing Children, Painting Children, something like that. Whole bunch of books. It's like, oh, forgot I had this. But I'm feeling like, especially after I saw that one woman coloring, and it was a simple page. It was like a cozy coloring book, and the way that she showed light and where the light was coming from in the page, and colored her page that way, and she was using, I don't know, to my memory, I think she was using pencil and crayon, and she did that. But she's like an artist. Um, but she was just coloring in a coloring book for fun, and she did that, and I was just like, whoa! It's like, oh my gosh! I think I saved it to my coloring ideas playlist, and I have to look through there again and look at it. It's like I want to do that the way she did that. Like you can tell exactly where the light is coming from and everything that it's hitting on. And it's just a simple coloring page. It's like I want to do that. I want to learn how to do that. Okay, so what else? What else? What else? Might need to leave a little bit of this to just kind of look at it later so I don't overdo it. I need to make something for dinner tomorrow, and I cannot figure out what to make. Still, part of it, I just don't feel like eating. I don't know why. I'm just not. I have like some pork loin chops in the freezer, and I have a cabbage. I have a green cabbage, and I have a purple cabbage, and I have potatoes. And so I was thinking of making something like some kind of either in the pan or as a bake. What is it on my arm? With because I want to do it all in one pan. I don't want a separate No, I just one pan, put it together, put it in put it on the stove or put it in the oven, one or the other. Um, so I was thinking of doing something like with the pork chops and cabbage and potatoes, and I gotta put onions in there because I can't have cabbage without onions. I don't know what it's. To me, like and onions are like this perfect thing to me that just like I don't know, I just love it. Um, but I want to make sure that the pork chops get like a nice um sear on them, like where they get like so I have so much in my head right now that I can't figure out how can I do that and do all of these things in one pan and have them cook um evenly together. And I may be overthinking it, but like this is one reason why I'm staying away from the kitchen is because like my brain is just too full of stuff. I think with all the organizing the books and things that I can't think of even what order do I do this in. Ciao. I got a lot going on. That's all I can say. Ooh, cabbage and ribs. That sounds good. Yeah, I feel like yeah. I'm thinking about that. Because one thing I like, and I would do this with like potatoes and sausage, potatoes, onions, and sausage to like, because like if you put like a lot of times I will have the Italian sausage will be frozen, so I will put a little bit of oil in a pan, puts a little bit of water in the pan so that the sausage will steam through or whatever. So I'll put the sausage in there, and then I'll also at the same time I'll put the frozen sausage in there. Then I'll put in cut up potatoes, like cut in chunks, like decent sized chunks, not small ones. Um, and slice up an onion, kind of thickly, a little bit, and I will put those on top of the sausage so that the sausage, and then put the lid on it so that everything starts steaming through and whatever. And then as the water boils out of the pan, it starts frying the sausage because I have the little bit of oil in there. And then I can start turning it, and then the potatoes are kind of cooked through and they fall down in the pan, and so then they get crispy too, and the onions get a little crispy too. Oh my god, I love it. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do that with the pork chop, but the pork chop doesn't roll around, so I don't. I think I had to put the pork chop in frozen, but that goes against my whole African American Jamaican thing of season the heck out of that meat before you fry it. But I may have to forego that and season after. I think I may have just figured out how to do it. I think it's going to be the size of the potatoes that are going to matter. I may have to cut them smaller than how I would do it if I was doing the sausage so that it cooks at the same time. Chow, we went into that whole diatribe. Only thing is, that's not going to last a week. I really don't feel like cooking. I can't, it's like I'm trying to concentrate on this whole organizing the book thing, and it takes up a lot. Okay, cool. Thank you, Char. You're liking the effect. I'm trying to bring it out because, like, technically, like I could have called this page done, but I kept feeling like something's not. It's like really not there yet. But I was like, for now, we'll just leave it. And I saw it today, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try doing this with it. So I just kept going in with the blue and adding it with the slow fox or whatever he is. Got stripe down his back, so I don't know what he is. So let's see, I got brown out. On the Crayola pencils. Okay, I don't know if this is doing anything though. It's too waxy. Probably need a Derwent. And those are put away. Can I use maybe a Xena color will do? Let's see. I do have the polychromos. I got some of those out. Child, I got too much out. Some stuff needs to go away. Put it away. That's purple. That's not gonna work. I need to recover I need my desktop back. The main part of the desk. What's this? Oh, that's purple. Prisma. Oh. That's one, and hopefully, I really keep feeling like I want to play in the gesso. And I kind of want to get a system for how to play in the gesso so that I can easily, pull that out and work with it. And that's asking a lot, but maybe that's my goal for 2026, is to figure that out. I have all the pencils I see. I don't see a brown. Uh-oh. What'd you fall? Don't fall. Shake. See if I can find a Xena color. It's brown. It would work better. Ooh, that's really dark. Or is this maroon? What is it? Nope, sepia. Oh, and I did my yarn thing. It did work, washing the yarn in a pantyhose. Stuffing balls of yarn or whatever. Or I actually had a lot of, it was like, they aren't in balls, and I have to wind them up into balls. And so I put them all, stuffed them all. I cut one leg of the pantyhose off, and I stuffed all of that yarn in the pantyhose and tied it up. And I had that in the washing machine along with two lingerie bags that one had the back and the front of that knitted sweater. One of them that I haven't finished, the navy blue and maroon one. And then another lingerie bag had like this huge ball of yarn that like the outside had gotten like, I don't know, dirt or something, I don't know, on it. And some other yarn like that in the other lingerie bag. And they all came out really good. Washed them, dried them in that, and in the washer and dryer, and they came out really good. So another project I have for while watching a movie or something is to wind up the loose yarn into balls and put them in with my other yarn stash. And figure out what to do with those two unfinished sweaters. Oh. I'm just like really surprised I got that far with them and didn't finish them. What happened? I can't even remember when. Oh, I can't even remember when I started them. Probably like 10 years ago or something at least. longer. I think it might have been when it's before, had to be before I started working where I am now. Because that's when my free time went away, increasingly. It was always fun knitting with cats around. That was always hilarious. I managed, though. Couldn't leave the ball on the floor. I had to kind of like, I had to keep it close to me, or like if they decided to sit next to me, I had to put it underneath the blanket. But then even still, they would see the yarn like that I was taking up, as I was knitting, and they'd be looking at it. It's like I want to grab that. I'm like, oh brother, so it's like hiding it. Hmm. I don't hear my husband coughing anymore. Maybe he took his medicine or whatever. I don't know what they gave him. He said it's a virus, and you kind of have to just wait for it to go away. Hmm. Her features are like so small. I'm not sure to do that. Hmm. Excuse me. Okay. Let's see how I feel about that one when I look at it again. I don't feel like working on either of these at the moment. So this is the one for the color of the buddy color with Ivy Pearl. This is the page. So if you have, I don't know, if you have this book, Luna, and you want to color along with us, this is officially probably start this. Well, yeah, I can't say when, but I'm probably going to start it soon. I just want to figure out what I want to color it with. And do I want to learn something new or try something new? Or maybe I'll talk it over with Ivy Pearl and we'll talk about and try and figure out something together. And so, like, if we have an epic fail, we can have that epic fail together. You know, I just thought of something. Speaking of, says Lori, you mentioned acrylic markers. I could try doing this background in acrylic markers. I haven't tried that in these books. Oh, yes, I have. I tried it with that one page. That was kind of trying to hurry up and recover from major epic fail. But I had, yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Now, the other thing with oil-based acrylic markers, pencil, you can't go over with pencil too well with them for the most part. Whereas with the matte acrylic markers, the water-based ones, some of them you can go over with pencil a little bit. So like where edges meet and things like that, you can kind of but that is not so easy to do with the oil-based ones. So I'm trying to think how it would be like to. I mean, I could go all over with the acrylic marker first and then do pencil, but then I think the whole time I'd be thinking, oh, what if I mess up on the edge or whatever, whatever. I almost feel like doing it together, pencil and acrylic marker in spots at once might be the better way to go. So I get a technique of how to do it that works. And I can be more focused with it. Oh. So that's one option. Acrylic marker and pencil. Thought about using the oh, you know what? I didn't think about using Neocolor 2s. That's a possibility too. Because then I can use water. Yeah, you know what? My thing with the acrylic markers, I really like them, but I wish that they came in a much finer tip. There's something about the tip. I need a set that has a really extra fine tip. And there's not really anything like that I've found. Because like I said, my thing is always like the diameter of the coloring tool. And so each one of the sets of the acrylic markers I have a different tip. And the nice thing that's about those oil-based acrylic markers that are the ones that keep saying currently unavailable, is it had an extra fine tip. And so I loved those things. Could do all kinds of things with them. But the other ones, all of them are like either broad tip and a really big broad tip, which like I can hardly do anything with that except backgrounds, or the fine tip just isn't fine enough. This one isn't too bad, but it's still a little too, like you can manipulate it a little bit, but it's still a little too, I don't know. But it's not bad though, like some others. Yeah, the millimeters matter. This MMM. Millimeters matter. But yeah, I think I may try that on this page. That'll be something different. And if it turns out awful, oh well. Yeah, I just have the white one. I was afraid to go there with other ones. I'm trying not to, I don't know. I may wind up with them anyway. Who knows? Where did I just put it? I love them. I love this fine liner. So yeah, that probably would. Yeah, and that's pretty much the size. They probably would be good. Oh my gosh, how many? I wonder how many colors these come in. That would be nice. 'Cause that would be like the oil-based ones I have. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I'm looking at her hair. She's got the lines in there, so I'd want to think about the colors that I want for her hair to be. Okay, I don't know why I'm stuck on sea green, and I don't know if this is more of a greener green, I think. I think it's sea green, lilac, and of course I want to make her a redhead. I don't have to make her a redhead, but I seem to make all these women redheads. Um, Maybe because it's a vibrant color, but it could also be like a auburn or hmm. That's what I'm thinking right now. The color combination in my head kind of sounds good. Of course, then when you start, it's like, oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna look at my acrylic marker stash. I'm gonna look at my oil-based ones. I haven't used them in a long time because I was so afraid of them running out. But I'm gonna look and see if I may use those in here. They'd be nice for background because they kind of make things kind of have a shiny finish. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I think that's it for me for now. I'm gonna head out and probably like get ready for bed. I don't know what time it is. What time is it? Oh, my computer turned off the other one. 10:30. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready for bed. So thank you for joining me, and nice talking with you all tonight. And have a good rest of your night. Bye bye.